Good morning, everyone. This is me again, the Adrienne Wiggins. Dee Dee, for those of you who know me for years, this is me again. Just saying good morning to everyone. How is everybody doing this morning? I'm hoping you are starting off your day feeling wonderful and feeling beautiful and looking forward to everything that the day has in store for you. I'm hoping that everyone is feeling outstanding this morning. I'm hoping you guys can see me okay. It seems like it's kind of dark for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it seems like it's kind of dark. But hello, good morning, Harold. Thank you so much for joining. How are you? Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Today we're going to be just kind of touching base with everybody, trying to see how everybody's doing. Where is everybody from? How was the weather where you are? Are you okay? Is everything going peachy keen this morning? So we talked about some things on yesterday, and guess what, guys? While we were talking about all of that and staying positive and being able to help somebody else, I was tested on that very thing. Tried to catch me slipping, y'all. But what happened is that I was on a phone call. I was at work and I was on a phone call, and then one of the people that I was talking to, came on, with that, that Eeyore kind of attitude, the day is this and the day is that. And then, there was a scroll that was going across our screen, and the scroll was indicating that in life, when you help someone else, you better your life by helping other people. Well, the agent that I was speaking to didn't agree with that. And he was like, nah. He was like, I don't necessarily agree with that. And, he was talking to himself at first, but then he asked me and said, you don't agree with that, do you? And I said, agree with what? And he said that the only way that you can better your life is by helping other people. That can't be right. That's not true. I don't believe that. And I say, well, I do. That very thing is what I was talking about on yesterday morning. Helping other people and being a part of other people's belief in change in the world and being the change that people see. That was just what we were talking about. And so I was tested on that just then. And I didn't say, oh, yeah, that's true. Of course I didn't. I said, man, that is true. It is 100% true. You want to know why? Because sometimes you go through a lot of things. And when you go through things and you don't talk to anybody and you just sit there and you have a pity party, nobody can help you in your pity party. That's just you and the mindset that you have. And you can't do anything inside of a pity party. But when you go outside of yourself and forget what's going on with you and stretch out your hand and help somebody else, sooner or later your situation gets better. The things around you happen for a reason. And when they happen, sometimes we're not always prepared for it. Sometimes we can't get over what's happening to us in that moment. But at the end of the day, we get through it. And how fast you get through it depends on you. How fast you be able to tackle that decision is on you. How fast you get through that situation is completely on you. But if you take the time, to share a smile with somebody else, to share something in love with somebody else, that could help you brighten your day. It can help you to be able to realize that, hey, everything is not all bad. And this person's situation could shed light on your situation to say, hey, they going through way more than I am. And so if they can, tough through it, so can I. Thank you so much for joining, Keon. I appreciate it. And so, with that being said, yes, I definitely believe that by helping other people, that is a part of your journey in this life, is to help somebody else. It's not always about you. It's not. I know it seems like it when things are going on that it's about you. It's about you. It's not. You might be going through that situation to be a testimony for somebody else. I've been through so much stuff, y'all. You wouldn't imagine the things that I've had to deal with. And through it all, I didn't always like it. No, I wasn't always happy and smiling when it was happening. No, I was not. I was not. I went through my pity parties. I went through my sadness. I went through my depression. I went through the woe is me stages. I went through all of that. It's not fun. It's not something that I would advise anybody to stay in, because you know what? You feel so much better when you smile. You feel so much better when you're happy. Thank you so much for joining, Bridget. Hey, Mama. Thank you for joining. You feel so much better when, you let the happiness take over versus that sadness. Sadness brings on disease. Sadness brings on heartbreak. Sadness brings on ailments within your body that you don't need. And you definitely don't want that to happen. Over the course of years, it brings on ulcers. It brings on heart attacks. It brings so much stress that you're taking stress leave from your job. You're taking stress leave from your family. You're taking stress leave even if you don't go anywhere. You're just inside of yourself, and it causes problems within your body. When you exude happiness, happiness helps you feel better. The Bible even says laughter is good like medicine. And so when you get up and you do the things that encourage you, you get up and do the things that make you smile, you get up and do the things that are causing joy in your life, it makes you feel better. It brings those feel good feelings, as we say, those endorphins, they burst out when you're happy. And it makes you feel so much better. But living in sadness and gloom and doom, man, it causes strain on your heart. God didn't build us to have strain on our heart. He wants us to be happy and fulfilled. And that's exactly what we should do in every day. But to look at things in a different light. Yeah, step out of your box. Do something that makes you happy. You may have to go to work, because I do too. But that's not going to be much longer. It's not going to last much longer, because I'm building a legacy for me to be able to change the job that I'm in, for me to be able to be happier in the situation that I'm in. I'm making a change for the better. And when I make that change for the better, I feel better. I feel better already trying to take these steps. I'm not going to say they're small steps, because if they were small steps and they were no big deal, why didn't I do it a long time ago? So obviously it was a big deal to me that I didn't want to put my face out there for some reason. I didn't want anybody to see it, but look at it now, and I can smile. And I'm happy in the situation that I'm in right now, because I'm stepping out and doing something that I was instructed to do in my inner ear a long time ago. I've been encouraged to do it for a long time. But because of my situation that I was going through, I didn't want to. I didn't want to feel like, I wanted to encourage other people. I wanted somebody to encourage me sometime. I wanted somebody to tell me I could make it. I wanted somebody to hug me and say, come on, girl, you got this. I was looking for that. And you know what? I realized, again, there's a beautiful song that says sometimes you got to encourage yourself. You got to be able to stand up for yourself and tell yourself that you can make it. Tell yourself that I'm better than this. You got to be able to step out and say, hey, I'm worth it. You got to be able to say that I love me enough to get up and do better. I love me enough to get up and change my life. I love me enough to be able to make better decisions for my life. You got to be able to do that, because if you're not able to do that, then you can sit back and let life teach you how to live. You're going to let life teach you how to act, and you're going to let life teach you. And it's not fun when life teaches you, because life could care less about your feelings. Life could care less about what you're going through. Life could really care less about the way things are happening to you. Life is going to be life, and life going to say you either going to make it or I'm going to break you. And it's up to you to know that you're too strong, and you are built better than that. You are not built to break. You are built to be more than that. And so when you realize that you are built to be more than that, and you know that you are special, and if you don't feel like you're special to anybody, you are special to God. You are special to me. I want you to be able to exude happiness. I want you to be able to see the best that God has for you. I want you to be able to step out there. Put your face out there. Show the world that you are somebody. Show the world that you can do it. Show the world, hey, we don't care, man. And people talk about haters all the time. You know what? Don't worry about people that stop rooting for you. Think about the people that are rooting for you. Because there are some people that are rooting for you. There may be people you never even met that may challenge you, and they may encourage you more than the people you've known for years. I've met a team of people, Team Legacy. I've met these people, and in a matter of a week, that are encouraging me and saying, hey, girl, you can do it. You got this. I got champions and I got cheerleaders that I know. I have, of course, my wonderful mother. I have my Brenda Douglas Bell. That is my cheerleader. Go, girl. And then I have my Apostle Reba Green, and I have my Loretta Ward, and I have my sister Christina Stiegel, and I have my daughter Adriana Ballinger, and they are cheering, and they're saying, go, 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 get up and do something. And they cheer me on. And and when I was in that state of mind that I didn't want to, and it didn't fit me. It didn't fit the way that I should have been. And they were like, this is not you. Get up and do something, girl. Get up. You can do better than this. And I was like, no, I can't do better than this. I'm just stay right here. And hey, Trina. And it made my countenance fall. It made me so sad. And that's not even the type of person that I am. It's not the type of person that I wanted to be. But for a long time, I couldn't get out of myself because I was so upset about the way things were going. This is not where my life is supposed to be at this time. I was upset about it. I was mad about it. Hey, let me be honest for a minute, y'all. I even called myself being mad at God. It wasn't God's fault that I wasn't doing what he told me. It was my fault that I wasn't doing what he told me. And because I didn't walk in what he told me to do, I had to deal with the consequences behind disobedience. And that's something that we got to realize. You got to deal with the consequences behind not doing what you're doing. You got to deal with the consequences behind not building your business. You say that you don't have any money. Well, what have you done to change that? What mindset have you had in order to change that? Did you step out when someone said, hey, I got an opportunity and I want you to look at it. Come and see if it's something that you can do. Did you step out and look into it? Did you do your research about the company? Did you ask questions? We're in a time frame that business and opportunity is everywhere. My Bishop Milton Green Sr., he tells us all the time, being in a millionaire status passes you at least twice a day. What are we doing when those statuses come? What are we doing when those opportunities come? I'm in an opportunity now that I love. It's about building wealth, financial wealth, and legacy. The team that I'm on, called Team Legacy, I thank God for these people, and they are pushing me to be outside of my box and to go into business and doing the things that help somebody else. It's not just about me, because we want to help people to build dreams. We want to help people to build legacies. We want people to come out of debt. We want you to be able to afford things, not live where you have to, not drive what you have to. Not be in a situation where you have to, and have to people look at you like you're less than them because of your bank account, because of your credit score. Come on, man. I'm bigger than my credit score. I'm better than my credit score. And so with that being said, I got to change my credit score. If I want my credit score to look as good as I do, I need to do something about it. And in this time and in this hour, let's do something about it. There's opportunities everywhere for us to change. There are people that are literally coming to us knocking, saying, hey, I want you to come out and do this with me. Come on, get up, make a change in your life. Do something different. Make it a better day for yourself. So when you actually take on these opportunities that you've been on your face praying for, crying to God and whatnot, and then he give it to you, and you say, oh, man, I ain't doing that. That's a scam. What? That is a slap in God's face. Whatever he presents to you after you've prayed, when you pray, you're supposed to believe. Believe that you have exactly what you just said. And right after you get up, you're supposed to know that it's yours. And when you do that, and it knocks on your door, and you turn it away, don't blame God, because he came and brought you the opportunity that you didn't take heed to. It's not his fault. It's your decisions. So you got to be careful what you decide. You got to be careful what's going on. You got to be careful. You got to pay attention. You definitely got to use that mind for better things than scrolling through the internet. You got to use that mind for better things than giving somebody a piece of your mind. Use your mind for the better. Use your mind for encouragement. Use your mind to broaden your horizon. Use your mind to change your life, to change your situation, to change your outlook. Use your mind the way that it was designed to be used, to create possibilities, to create situations that will uplift you, to create a better world for you. You don't have to worry about being a world changer if you can't change your world. You got to be able to start with you. Everything starts with you, and you can do it. There's nothing that you can't do. Just think, hey, what do I want to conquer today? Write out your goals. Write out the things that you want to accomplish and look into doing those things. Get you a checklist and mark off the stuff that you've done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give your own self high five, as my apostle Reba Green says. Give your own self high five. After you have accomplished something, you can do it, and you've done some things. You've done some things you didn't think you would ever do. You've accomplished some things you didn't think you would ever do. You've built businesses. You've built a following behind yourself. You've been up, you've been down, but you've made it. You've transpired through it all. You've made it through divorce. You've made it through being single. You've made it through not being able to graduate high school, but you went back and you got that diploma. Regardless of what, if it came with alphabets, the G, E, and the D. Regardless of what, it still was something that you did. You still went back and you conquered it. You became victorious over that thing. And because you did, that's an accomplishment. Give your own self high five. And go ahead about your day. Encourage who you are every day. Encourage yourself with the things that you've already accomplished. The things that you've already done. So what? Something didn't happen. Go back and do it again. And guess what? This time it'll work. Good morning, Aunt Doris. Thank you so much for joining. This time it'll work. Go ahead and put some more action behind your faith. Put some legs on it. Get up and do better. Get up and challenge yourself to do better. It's some stuff that I got to deal with, y'all. It's some stuff that I'm dealing with right now that Lord knows it's going to take a whole lot of get up and go for me to get up and go. But guess what? I'm going to do it because I am equipped to do it. I am built for this, and I will not be defeated. And so with that being said, I'm taking on some stuff that I've never done before. Hey, Monica, thank you so much for joining. I'm taking on things that I've never taken on before. I'm stepping outside my box. I told y'all I wasn't doing this before. I didn't want to put my face out there because I was dealing with a lot of stuff. But guess what, y'all? I'm going through it. I'm not settling for me living underneath what I'm supposed to anymore. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to live in positivity. I'm going to smile more. I'm going to make sure that I'm looking at myself and I'm telling myself the best things are yet to come. I'm telling myself that it's my season. I'm telling myself that everything is going to be all right. Because guess what, y'all? Everything is going to be all right. It's all right now. Thank you so much for joining, Anthony. I'm getting better by the moment. I got to tell myself that. Guess what? You know what? I got to be my biggest cheerleader. I know. I got to be. Because guess what? I can change my world faster than anybody out there can change my world. So guess what, guys? Everything that you do, when you put in these plans together, go ahead and put them together. You can do it. Go ahead and step out in that business that's been burning inside your belly for years. And you don't want to get out there and do it because you need a paycheck. These people ain't paying you enough. They're not paying you what you're worth. They're not going to pay you what you are worth. Because you know what? Years ago, when I joined the company when I joined the job that I'm in now, the person that was interviewing me said something that kind of blew my mind. They gave a base salary. At that time, it was like 13 years ago. So the base salary was like $12.75, something like that. $12.25 probably. And I'm signing stuff and I'm okay. You know how we get so excited. We got an interview, we think we're going to knock it out the park and I wasn't thinking about the things that she was telling me. I've been in customer service now for about 25 years. Wow. For about 25 years. But then I had been in customer service, I know probably, then probably I know it was over 5 years. I know it might have been even closer to 10. I had been in customer service for years before I came to this particular company. So, the base salary was a base salary. I never even thought about asking for more than that because it was a base salary. Oh, good morning, Sierra. Thank you for joining. So, at the time, I was cool with the 12.25. It was more than I was making at the other place I had left. So I was cool. That sounded pretty good to me. But what blew my mind was the interviewer. She said, I put the base salary on there, and she looked at it, and she looked at me, and she looked at my resume, and she looked at me, and she looked at my resume, and she looked at me, and she looked back at the base salary. And then she said, the 12.25, you're okay with that? And I'm like, sure, that's great. It's whatever, happy and whatnot. Like, that was a lot of money. And I was like, oh, yeah. And she looked back at my resume, and she looked at me, and she said, you sure that 12.25, is enough for your base salary? And I said, yeah, it's wonderful. It's anything you guys offer, I'm ready, because I needed a job. I had rent and probably Adriana, so I needed a job. So she was like, well, okay. And she looked back at my resume and she said, do you think that that's all you're worth? And boom, hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, don't get it twisted. I did take the job because I still need to pay my rent. But I still remember that to this day. 13 years later, I remember her asking me, is that what you think you're worth? And yeah, that's kind of haunted me for 13 years. Because no, man, you can't put a price on this. That's how you got to feel about yourself. You can't put a price on this. I'm worth more than that. But if you don't believe it, if you don't receive yourself to be bigger and better, oh my God, the box that you put yourself in, man, somebody just jumped on that I am so very proud of. She has no idea how proud I am of her. I'm going to tell her now, and she probably gonna get me later, but I am so proud of Sierra from the moment that I met her and to where she is now. I am so proud of the things that she has accomplished. She is amazing. She has built businesses. And oh my God, it is absolutely amazing. From the little girl that I met her as, rough and rugged and all that, to becoming a woman of God, married and have children, and she has a business and she is doing amazing things. I am so very proud of her. She stepped outside of that person that everybody said she was. She stepped outside of that person that she saw herself as. She stepped outside of that stuff and stood on God. And after she did that, her life changed. It changed so much. Everything that she put her hand to started to change. And it's flourishing. I'm so very proud of her. So it goes to show you that it could happen. And it could happen for you. No matter what you're going through, no matter what seems to be holding you down, no matter what things are trying to stop you, know that within yourself that you are better than that. Be your own cheerleader sometimes. It's okay. It's okay that you got to encourage yourself sometimes. You ought to think you're worth it too. Thank you so much for joining, Michael. You got to know that you're worth it. You got to know that within yourself that there is a conqueror, that within yourself there is someone that is victorious. You got to know that. When you're stepping out in these businesses, be careful. Because, yeah, there are some people who are not right. There are some people who are just out to get your money. But be careful. Research the things that you're doing. Get with some people that are genuine. Get with some people who have your best interest at heart. Get your mind right. Make sure you're ready for the opportunity. Don't join an opportunity and don't do nothing with it. Go in there and strive for better. Go in there and go with a purpose that you are going to be the best person that you can possibly be. Yes, I would love you to join my team. Yes, I would love you to be a part of what we're doing right now. Yes, I would love you to help us to create wealth. I would love for you to be able to do that. Come on and join me. Come on and ask me about what am I doing now. And find out what it is in order to make your life better, in order to increase your life, in order to increase your credit, in order to do better. And ask me about it. You never know what thing is going to turn your life around unless you ask, unless you inquire of a thing. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be something that is up to you to make it work. Everything is going to be up to you. You ask God, I want to change. God, I need a new job. God, I need a new house. God, I need a new car. And God brings you an opportunity to get you all three of those at one. And you're like, oh man, I don't want to do that. People just trying to get your money. But then we want to sit back and say, God, you ain't answered my prayer. God like, hey, I can only do what I can do when I can do it. But you know what? You got to take on the opportunities that is presented before you. But again, research people. I'm not saying you just go out there blindly and just give people your money. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you go out there and research it. Find out what it's about. Get to know people. Talk to people. Get out of your box. Stop sitting around thinking people just going to knock on your door with $1 million and a job opportunity. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Stop thinking God himself is going to come down with bags of cash and put them on your front door because you go to church. That's not going to happen. Hey, Travis, thank you so much for joining. That's not going to happen. You know what? And people really believe that when they pray, that God himself is going to stretch his hand down to earth and give them something without them having to do nothing about it. That's not going to happen. Come on, man. We serve a realistic God as well. Yes, he does miracles and he can do anything. I believe that. And if he wants to put $1 million at your doorstep, he's able. But come on, what have you done? Let's get up. Come on, what have you done? What have you done to deserve $1 million? Let's be honest. Come on, people. Let's be honest. What have you done? Because you're saved? Woo. Yeah. No, that's not going to get it. You got to do more than that. You got to believe. Because, again, if your mindset is at a nickel mentality, you're going to turn that $1 million into a nickel within 24 hours. So your mindset got to be right. You got to have your mind renewed. You got to be ready for $1 million. If you can't budget your $523.73 that you get on your check, you definitely not going to budget $1 million. If you can't pay your light and gas bill now, what are you going to do in a mansion? What are you going to do? Let's be real. Come on, man. Let's be real. What are you going to do? How are you going to do anything with that? If you can't be a good steward over what you have now. You got to prepare to be a millionaire. I'm preparing, man. You got to prepare. You got to prepare your mind. You got to prepare to not to worry about those naysayers. You got to prepare yourself. You know what? I really don't like talking about haters. Why? You're giving them more credit than they need. I don't need to promote and boost people who don't like me. I can love them and keep going. I don't have to promote them. I don't have to shed no light on that. What I shed light on is the people that's helping me, the people that's got me going, the people that's encouraging me, the people that's telling me that I can do it, the people that's helping me get the blueprint together. People like Travis Johnson that put me on and said, come on, girl, you can do this. The people that's got my back. There's people that's saying, come on, let's get this money. People like that. Those are the people that I can help, that I can promote, that I can say, come on, let's get this done. People like that. People that's encouraging me. I don't got time to worry about haters. If I have them, I don't even know it. I know I do. I know probably somewhere. I don't know. But I don't have time to focus on that. What I have time to focus on is me being a better me. That's all I can do is be a better me. Thank you so much for joining, Fendi. And that's all I can do. Be the best version of me that I can be, baby. That's all I can do. Like me or love me. At the end of the day, I'ma still be me. So I knowing that the opportunities that I have passed through my hands, I got to be a better steward over what I'm doing. I got to be a better steward over the things that I said I would do. I got to make sure that my word is my bond. And I got to make sure that people can trust me, because I don't want people to say bad things about me. I don't want people to think, oh, well, she told me about this, but she ain't doing it herself. I don't want people to say that, because it's not fun when people call you out on your stuff and they right. That's not fun. It's not good when people call you out and they're right. It's not fun. So my integrity and my character got to speak for something. So I got to be the very word that I'm speaking. I got to not only say things, but I got to know what I say. Every time that the word of God goes forth, my bishop, Milton Green Sr., he said, now you got to do it. He said, do what you said. That's all I'm asking. Do what you said. Do what you just preached. And I can't ask for anything more. Do what you just preached. It's a great word, but are you doing it? It's great to encourage other people, but can you encourage yourself? I got to learn that too. I can encourage you. I can root you on all day long. But at the end of the day, if I don't encourage me, how much longer am I going to be able to be there for you? I got to know that I can do it. I got to be able to tell myself I can do it. You can do it. You can stretch out on faith and let it just go. Let God handle it. You know, stop stressing out on things you can't change. Find a way to change it. I'm not going to say give up now. Find a way to change it. There's a solution for everything. There's a solution for every situation. And we can stop talking about our problems and talk about the solutions. Thank you for joining, Rhonda. Talk about the solutions. What are you going to do better today? How are you going to increase your life today? How are you going to increase the things that are going on for you? How? What have you done different? How have you changed your mindset? What's happening? What is it that's going to make your life better? Come on. Try this. Try it and see, won't it work? Try it. Give it a chance. And then when you do that and you be able to believe in yourself, don't worry about who's saying negative things. You say positive things. For every negative thing, say 2 positive things. My apostle Reba Green always says, if you got something bad to say something better. That's what you do. You say something better to yourself, to others. Say something better. And then everything in your life will be able to change. Again, don't let people make you a trash can. Be the positivity in the conversation. But go out and do exactly what it is you're supposed to do. Go out and make that dream happen. If you're an artist, draw. You know, if you can sing, own your craft. Don't just be a singer in the shower and you can really sing. I ain't gonna talk about this one beautiful woman, and she knows who I'm talking about, but I won't even say her name. She's absolutely amazing. Yes, I will. Brenda. I love her so much. Beautiful. And she has a beautiful voice, and she uses it. Take that craft. Own it. Get out there and step out on faith and let God open doors for you that no man can close. You guys, have a beautiful day on purpose. Have a wonderful day on purpose. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a wonderful day on purpose. We're going to make sure that our life is changing on purpose so that there won't be any regrets. There won't be, oh, I wish I would have. No more of that. Time to take over what life has for you. Get up and do it better. Get up, be strong, be courageous, stand firm on what it is that you know. You have any questions for me at all? Please reach out to me. I'll answer you. I'm here. And I have no problem answering any questions. I appreciate you all for joining me. I appreciate you guys taking out a part of your morning to share with me. I appreciate you guys for the love. If you have time, share this. Share it with somebody. Let somebody know that, you have to believe in yourself and go out and do exactly what it is that God has created you to do, because you are more than a conqueror. You are better now than you've ever been. You have a purpose for your life. Time and season is now. It's time to change some things, y'all. It's time to make our lives better. It's time out for being sad. It's time out for being depressed. It's time out for living in lack. Let's get up and do something about it. Let's get up and change our mind. Let's get up and change our life. Let's get up and change the things that we can change. There's a word for you, and the word is faith. There's a word. You want a word? Faith. Use it. Don't lose it. Use it. Use it. Have faith in yourself that you can build a business. Have faith in yourself that you can start your brand. Have faith in yourself that you can get this job. Have faith in yourself that you can write your book. Have faith in yourself that you can get that music career going. Have faith in yourself that you can reach out to the masses. And when you're reaching out to the masses, don't forget that you got to know where it started. Give God glory first in all things. Seek him first, and everything else will come into place. But make sure that what you do, that you put your heart and soul into it. Hey, Pastor Z, thank you so much for joining. Make sure that what you're doing, that you're happy in it. Don't live a life of unhappiness just because you don't want to change. Don't live a life of unhappiness just because you're uncomfortable. Don't live a life of unhappiness just because you think this is the best that you can do. That's not the best that you can do. You're not doing your best. That's why it's not working. Getting uncomfortable makes you do something different. You know how when you have on tight clothes, women, if you got some sense, you're going to take them tight clothes off, put something that's going to make you comfortable. And it's going to make you be able to move a little bit better. You know how that goes, man, when you got on them tight shoes and you can't really walk because your feet hurt. You know, after a while, them Stacy's, they don't work as well. Them Gators start talking. Things like that, stop being uncomfortable. Come on, help me. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. Help me, encourage me by doing something for you. Let me help encourage you. I don't know why this thing is stopping like it is, but, I'm about to get off, guys. I do have this natural place of employment that I must attend for this moment until I'm off of my job doing full entrepreneurship. And I'm calling that thing in because that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be great at it. And you all are going to help me be great by encouraging me, by helping me, by passing the word along, by letting people know that I'm a real person. And that I do want what's best for you. I do want you to live a beautiful life. I do want you to live in victory. I want you to get out of that comfort zone, step out, and I want you to do better. I want your credit score to be better, man. I really and truly do. Guys, I'm really gotta tell y'all something. Look, it drives me insane about the people of God having low credit scores. It really does. It bugs me. It always has. Hey, Lisa, thank you so much for joining. It really bothers me. It bothers me when people get up and talk about how bad we are. It bothers me. It bothers me for people to talk about going and get credit on getting a car on faith and you can't pay for it. That bothers me. You go out and your testimony is one thing and you got this brand new car, you love it and you appreciate it and you're shouting the walls down in church. But in the next 3 months they coming to get it. And now all of a sudden the devil did it. No, he didn't. You couldn't afford it when you signed up for it. Stop letting these people make you think you can do something you can't do. God can do anything, but you also got to realize that you got to line up to what God is doing. You got to line up to what God says about you. You can't keep on building everything in faith. You got to do something. You yourself have to do something. Stop relying on things that can crumble because you haven't put any effort into it. Come on, man. God has sense. God has sense, and he can do miracles. And he can do blessings. But while God is doing all that, what are you doing? Ask yourself that. Do I really deserve $1 million right now? You ain't going to answer that. But come on. Do I? Can I handle it if I get it? What am I going to do with it? Am I going to give it away? Am I going to lose it? Am I going to spend it on stuff I don't need? Am I just going to waste it? Am I going to give it to my kids who don't deserve nothing? Who won't get up and do nothing? Am I going to just squander it? Even the word of God said, don't give your pearls among the swine. Am I calling your kids pigs? No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, don't waste it. Don't waste your anointing. Don't waste your words. Don't waste your time. Don't waste God's blessings. Don't waste it. Go out and make a difference. Go out and make a change because you can do it. You definitely can do it. Be encouraged today, guys. Be encouraged to go out and make something happen for yourself. Again, give somebody a smile today. I did also accomplish another thing we talked about yesterday when I said I was going to change somebody's day, help somebody in their day. I had one of the agents tell me, "Oh my God, you have made my day." I was like, yes. If I get one, I got somebody. I can try to do it one life at a time. That's what we're out to do. We're out to help. We're out to change one life at a time. So come on, y'all. Let's do this. Let's get together. Let's make some changes. Let's make changes in our lives, make changes in our minds, changes in our decisions, and let's do better for ourselves because we can do it. We can do anything that we put our minds to. And once we realize that, man, there's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing too hard for you. If God is within you, He has created you to be self-sufficient. He's required and created you to be the boss. He's required you to be the leader. He's required you to be better than you've ever thought imaginable. You can do it. Let's get out here. Step out on faith. Faith without works is dead. That is correct. It definitely is. And you can't keep on waiting on God to do everything for you. You can pray, but answer Him.